On Depop, she a little teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat moss. Now the bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute, not that booty. I need that. Blue white bitch on Depop, she a little teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat moss. Now the bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute, not that booty. I need that. Blue white bitch on Depop, she a little teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat moss. Now the bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute, not that booty.
Could've been 30, could've been a G. Should've never snitched, why you take it to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street. Looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. Whenever on stage and a million gets made. I need that breeze. I feel sorry for Skepta, they copy these flow, but they say that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy living in my studio. Put them in the coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got a half of the price of a Kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that good price. When the plug turned pagan, tweaking, talking inflation, peace is needed, getting impatient, blood, everybody getting complacent, leg, work, step on the pavement, victory lap, I'm back in the station, I'm really a psycho, Patrick Bateman, if you see her with me, she's taken.
Blue white bitch on Depop, she a little teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat moss. Now the bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks. Talking about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch, looking like Salute. I need that. Blue white bitch on Depop, she a little teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thought. Should've never let the bitch alone with my seat moss. Now the bitch skip pit, popping in my Reeboks.
but I never get lousy. Black Swan, Darren
What up,
Aronofsky
everybody?
said he wants 16 for the pound, but I'm trying to
What
get
is
it
going
under.
on?
Like
What is
Saudi.
going
I
on?
start watching my damn, is it cloudy?
What is going
Four
on?
rings never came with the Audi. Grills like Foreman. I put my money where my mouth is.
Just a bit.
Allow me. No new friends, I got more
Two.
ties. Where would I be without
Good.
the guys
Got a
that
little
get
bit going on in the
fired?
background.
Sometimes you told jokes till the tears come out your eyes.
TGIF, everybody.
I hear them say we sold out.
Man,
We sold
markets
out
are
everything.
looking a little red today. Solana's up a little bit. I don't know. Let's say hello to the nice people, the people that are here to hang out with me on a Friday night on a whim. Like freaking, why not? Let's chat. Let's chat it up. Let's see. Steven Cicero, what's up, buddy? Nick the Phantom, Son of a Rabbit, Frogman, all set. Scott Sheffield, Automatic Beats, my man, Swamp 7, Retro Mike, and Mr. Max Voltage. Mr. Max Voltage, driving home from work. What is up, everybody? Oh man, it has been a hell of a week. How's the week been for you? Let's take a look at the markets real quick. This one, there we go. Yes. Bitcoin is, where's my mouse? Bitcoin is down. Oh no, it's going to zero. Whatever we're gonna do. $117,561. I'll take that. That's a good day. It's over 100 grand, closer to 120 than it is to 100. That's a good day in my book. ETH at 3,700. XRP is number 3. Man, I hate to see that. $3 there if you're into that kind of thing. Tether, BNB, Solana. Man, I really need Solana to hit $400 this year. I really need that. We got USDC, of course, Dogecoin, Tron, and Cardano rounding up the top 10. What the fuck is this? Hyperliquid. Don't even know. What is it? Where's the explainer of what this is? Zirkit launches Hyperliquid to simplify and secure cross-chain DeFi trading. That sounds scammy as can be, but that's okay. I mean, whatever, dude. Totally whatever and stuff. I guess do your own research. I don't know. I had never heard of it until just now. Just now. Let's see what else has been going on. Got some tech news. I got some crypto news. Got some cloud computing news and stuff to talk about if you guys want to get into it a little bit. I don't even know. Let's see, where do we start? I don't know what that is. Get that out of here. National Law Review. Nope, that's not it. White House reveals AI action plan. Research is overrated. YOLO it. I could just sit here and like eat a bowl of cereal and not even say a word and just let my crunches be ASMR type, videos. Hell no, I'd probably get better than the 10 concurrent viewers we have right now. Then again, that's 10 times more than I get on my OnlyFans. Link in the description. Oh, did you guys see the Microsoft SharePoint hack? That was interesting. I think it's hit over 400 companies by now, and it's been a backdoor, for freaking years, I guess, or for, I guess, a year, almost a year. So the SharePoint exploit was discovered. Let me see if I can bring it up. The SharePoint exploit was discovered. Music is too loud. Got it. Thank you. I wouldn't have known that. Let's get it down a little bit. How about that? Is that better? Son of a rabbit. I appreciate you. Thank you. I think it was September. CISA orders urgent patching after Chinese hackers exploit SharePoint flaws. Yes. Perfect. Cool. Thank you. Let's try this new tool I made. Till they're a decade old. Yeah, Retro Mike, ain't that the truth? Let's go to this here. Yeah, so the SharePoint flaw that came out is actually a pair of CVEs, really. But it was cataloged like last week, or earlier this week, I guess. But the vulnerability had been in the code or in the kernel for SharePoint server since like last September or August, which is ridiculous. So essentially it's a no touch access. It's just like a wide open window that anybody can get into these SharePoint servers. Not SharePoint Online. So SharePoint Server 2016, 2019, and the subscription edition of SharePoint Server, which not a lot of smaller companies and SMBs are really running anymore. They're all running on SharePoint Online because it comes as a service. Yes, they knew about the exploit and they tried to patch it and the patch failed. And that's when it became known that this was a thing. Like, so Patch Tuesday earlier this month, like 2 weeks ago, this was one of the patches that was in that Patch Tuesday bundle or rollout, and it didn't fix the exploit or fix the vulnerability, so they had to scramble and create a new patch. They have a patch out there now, so you can apply updates to SharePoint Server and close the back door. That being said, as I understand it, if threat actors have gotten into your SharePoint environment already, closing the back door just closes the door behind them. Like they're already in. And the way that the way the code works on the exploit, I guess, is difficult to notice because it's the activities are just like a normal user. So it's pretty wild that this was even a thing in 2025. I didn't even think SharePoint Server was even still around. I guess it is. Just like Exchange Server, they moved it to a subscription model so they don't have to come out with a 2016, a 2019, a 2024, a 2027, a 2029 edition. They just call it SE and you pay annually for it and you get to keep running SharePoint or Exchange or Project or whatever server workload locally as long as you pay the annual subscription. So it's like a forced open perpetual license agreement. And I bet you the EU will be all over them for that and say, no, you can't just do that. Sorry. So Bitcoin news. Anybody here running SharePoint servers? If so, just let me know. Steven Cicero, sorry I'm late. You were the first one to comment. How are you late? How are you late? That's unacceptable. You leave and come back? Well, thank you for coming back. I appreciate that. What about this news article? 80,000 Bitcoin. Go back to this. Maybe I can get 80,000 Bitcoin sold for $9 billion with a B, billion. I run a SharePoint 2013 server. Well, you deserve to be hacked, Retro Mike, for that alone. So what happened here? A massive 80,000, try to hack it, I dare you. Massive 80,000 Bitcoin from Satoshi Era wallet. That be clear, it's not from a Satoshi wallet, but a wallet untouched since 2010, was sold in a single historic 9 billion OTC transaction. That's Scott, I agree. I feel like we've seen a lot of these like monstrous old Bitcoin transactions or old Bitcoin wallets coming alive and making monstrous sales or monstrous transactions. But being OTC, I guess that's a good thing because moving that much Bitcoin or selling out of that much Bitcoin would definitely hit the market in a negative way for sure, right? I don't know. Let's see. So a wallet holding Bitcoin mined in 2010, worth over $9 billion in a single OTC transaction, transferred its full balance. Okay. So the wallet had been inactive for over 13 years, making this one of the largest and oldest Bitcoin wallets in existence. Wow. Institutional handling suspected. The sheer scale and OTC nature of the transaction suggests a private deal likely involving institutions or sovereign entities avoiding any market impact. Transaction did not cause volatility in the spot market, which is unusual for such a large movement, further hinting at discrete structured executions. I feel like the music just got louder. Just me? The age and volume of the Bitcoin stirred community speculation about connections to early Bitcoin creators or major early miners. Man, 80,000 Bitcoin, you would make that pretty quickly if you were mining back in the day. Maybe somebody paying to keep the Epstein... Oh, killing me, Scott. Aragorn Strider, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Interesting. Okay. So what do you think's going on here? Do we think that, like, something is going on in the back rooms of institutions or large Bitcoin holders? Or is there a possibility of, like, hacks going on some of these ancient wallets, these antiques that have been out there for so long? I'm wondering if something's going to come out, like there's a exploit or a hack or something out there that is broken, and yeah. Let's see, there was another crypto news that I was looking at earlier. Let's see. Why ChatGPT is crushing Copilot? No. We can talk about that in a minute. Oh, this one. I'm going to talk about this one here in a minute. This is great. 2720X. Welcome to the shit show. Caught your video this morning of a few old Cisco servers, but I've heard there's nothing I can do with them without a license. Is that true? I'm not sure. What are the Cisco server models? If anything, you can probably wipe them and install like a Proxmox or an XCPNG or like Hyper-V, some type of simple, cheap or free hypervisor so that you can use it like a traditional server. I mean, especially the older Ciscos, I could see newer Cisco like UCAS servers requiring a license that's like embedded in the BIOS or something. But older ones, if you want to use the iOS, like the Cisco system or the OS, yeah, you probably will need a license. But old Cisco switches, you only need a license to activate things like firepower or IPsec tunnels or some of those advanced like threat protection things. If you have like a 2960X or a 2960S Cisco switch, you can essentially CLI into iOS if you do a hard reset on it, or the login creds or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you're just practicing for like a CCNA or something, that's a great place to start and get playing with it. Cisco B220. I'm not sure on that. Let's see. B220. Whoops. Server. So to UCS. Oh, so they're blade servers. Got it. Okay. Running virtualized and non-virtualized applications. I have switches too. Thanks. Heck yeah. Yeah, switches. I mean, Cisco is its own like playground. Like having, Net Plus certs or like Sec Plus certs or anything that's like a standard industry type cert is different than Cisco certifications. It's kind of wild. Like Cisco's certs are pretty much the industry standard these days. Like if you get a CCNA or the set from that is like a CCIE, you can be a network engineer freaking anywhere. Getting Red Panda Mining's here. Oh my gosh. Buddy, my man, you're going to like this one then, Panda. But yeah, I'm pretty sure those Cisco Blade servers, you can wipe it. Or pull the drives out, put different drives in if you want to keep those old drives intact for some reason. Like if there's an OS on there that you want to try to recover or restore in the future, that might be a possibility for you. I would just wipe them. I would fucking wipe it clean. That's just me. 20 GPU rigs. Nobody's GPU mining anymore, okay? Everything's AI or ASICs. That's all there is to it. I said my piece. All right, I want to see you guys' take on this. Hold on. Yeah, and paste. Panda's an MCSE and an MCITP. Well, you know what? If this YouTube thing doesn't work out for you, I'm sure you could get back into network engineering. You could be redpandahelpdesk.org. Somebody better go freaking snag that domain, Red Panda Help Desk. I cannot heat my home with ASICs. That's the only reason I'm keeping some of these ASICs around is for winter time. Okay. Check this out. They took away Clippy, but they gave us whatever the fuck this is. This is the new face of Copilot. I'm done. They take away Clippy, which makes sense. They take away Clippy and they give us Skeet Face. I don't know. Blobby, that's a good one, Scott. Blobby. What in the actual F? Like, okay, Copilot appearance. Microsoft is giving Copilot a visual makeover with a new face, a floating animated orb, a skeet blob that reacts to user input to make the AI assistant feel more interactive and personal. I don't need my AI chatbot to feel personal. It's bad enough that they talk to me. It's a drop of, yeah, exactly. So the feature is part of a broader push to humanize Copilot. Oh my God. Humanize Copilot across Windows and web platforms. This is going to be such a bad idea. It's now available to some Windows insiders in the Canary and Dev channels. All right, that's it. I'm getting a Canary channel just so that I can have Copilot's Blobby McBlobberton in the corner telling me all the horrible things I do in life. It's a new trend. Skeet Face 2025. Dude. So this is so horrible. This really is so horrible. Copilot will have its own room to live in, may develop a bit of digital patina over time. So it's going to age. This skeet blob is going to age over time. But does that mean it gets wrinkled or crusty? Inquiring minds want to know. The things I love in my world are the things that are a little bit worn or rubbed on. Okay, we got to stop right here. This is getting out of hand. I'm going to get not just demonetized. I'm going to get kicked off the channel for this. This is wildly inappropriate. Lord, I apologize. That was actually the best. That was simply the best. God. So what do we need to bring back Clippy? That's what I propose. Let's bring back Clippy. Let's freaking do this right. All right, I'm gonna move my desk and hopefully not crash everything. Yeah, it worked a little bit. Okay, cool. We still here, right? We're still live? Still good? We're good. Aragorn Strider, any recommendations for a local image generation model? My art skills suck, so I actually found that a useful piece of Copilot. The other abilities of it are trash. Yes, Clippy, for sure. So you can run, Stable Diffusion. You can run Midjourney. You can get Midjourney to run. Grok makes some really good images. But like realistic. Like it's really good at making a realistic looking image. Not so great at infographic or infotainment type of like posts, or like cartoony. It makes anime style fairly well. I do a post on LinkedIn every day, something typically Microsoft or IT related, just on my, personal and professional LinkedIn page. And I actually blew up this week. I had 227,000 impressions on my last rolling 7 days on LinkedIn. Pretty cool if you follow me. If not, no big deal. Forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, Grok. The images that I post with each of my LinkedIn posts, I try to generate something that's relevant to the article I'm talking about. Grok does a very bad job at that. Here's one that... Casper's at 10 cents. Hold on. I just saw my little ticker thing here. Let's check it out. Look at that. We're pumping. No, we're not. Where's my fucking mouse? I need to get my 4 screens back. I went from 4 monitors, 2 freaking 29-inch ultra wides, and 2 27s, all 4K, all here, but I had it on my desk, and like every time I would bump the desk or fart loud enough, the whole freaking thing would shake and try to fall on me and kill me. So, Final Destination style, I'm like, this has got to go. So I got rid of it. I put the ultra wides are in the other room, and I've just got 2 27s here, like one on top of the other. And I miss 4 screens. I've even got a USB screen right down here right now that I've got Streamlabs running on. Oh, I need to bring back the quad displays. Anyway, Casper is at 10 cents. Look at that. Who's selling? Who's buying? Who's selling? I kind of wish I had a Casper miner still. I sold my KS0. I sold my KS0. I should have kept it because, yeah. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. Actually, probably won't be able to see it. Let's see if the camera can pan that way. Hold on. Oh, let's make me bigger. Check this freaking thing out. Okay. Can it? Nope, you can't see it. It's dark as fuck. You're just gonna have to believe me that I've got my 49-inch. I got my 49-inch Samsung Odyssey, ultra wide, freaking curved. Words are hard. It's Friday. Bear with me. Curved display right here that I was gonna get an Xbox. I think I talked about this before. I was gonna get an Xbox Series X because all I want to play is Forza. But yeah, fuck that. I'm not spending $500 on an Xbox to play one video game. And so my primary desktop, you guys watched it. I did a live stream building it with a 5060 Ti, and I'm like, man, I guess I'll just bite the bullet and go get an Xbox. And I'm like, wait a minute. I got a fucking gaming PC right here that I barely use for anything other than video editing and fucking prawn. So I went and got a nice long 8K cable so I can get the full 4K at 120, plug that bitch in, put it on ultra settings, and it fucking runs. It runs Forza great. but I brought it back down to medium settings because it was getting really hot. So I don't want to destroy my GPU already. That was my rant. Anyway, back to Casper. Casper's at 10 cents. Fuck yeah. DJ Mine's here. What's up, buddy? Retro Mike Text says, I have 4 KS0 Pros you can have. I'll take one. If you want to send it over, I'll solo mine with it. Why not? Frogman says, I fell asleep and couldn't figure out why I was hearing voices. Oh, if I'd have known that, we'd have had so much fun. We'd had so much fun. DJ Mines, finally someone streams. Thank you, my man. What's up, buddy? Yeah, 22's in chat for DJ. Are you still living in a hotel, dude? Did you get your new place yet? Son of a Rabbit says, I got an 8K LG TV 65-inch under $1,000 2 years ago, but sold it again. Was too small? A 65? Man, that's a big one. I got a 55, and it's plenty for the living room. But yeah, Casper's been doing great today. We're up here a little bit. I'm waiting to get back up here. In the no, wait. No. Yes. I'm looking to be about here where I'm ready to start DCAing out. Joker Miner with the 1999 super chat. Thank you, sir. Love you. I love you. Long time, buddy. Appreciate that. Why is it not letting me give it a thumbs up? Fucking YouTube. Oh, I can heart it. There we go. That's IR smart. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, Casper. So when it gets up here to 15 cents or so, probably between 13 and 16 cents, I'm gonna start DCAing out. You know what I mean? Only a 2x, dude. I've been in Casper since it was sub penny. Like I mined a shit ton of Casper. Maybe not a shit ton. I mined about 100,000 Casper back in GPUs. So I'm ready for a fucking payday, bro. I mean, I've sold a little bit along the way. I sold some when it hit 20 cents. Right up, yeah, when it hit 20 cents, I sold some. I sold some more. I think I sold some more when it was going down at like 18 or 16 cents. Anyway, I've sold some. I bought back in at like 8 cents, and then it went up, and then it went down again, and then it went up, and I've just fucking left it alone. I'm not doing the trading bullshit with that. DJ Mine says, hotel, nope, waiting to be offered a home, hopefully in the coming weeks. Cool, man. Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. I couldn't imagine it. Then again, you know, my kids are older, so it probably wouldn't be as bad to be. Actually, it would be horrible living in a hotel with my kids because they're freaking. They probably wouldn't see me. They'd be off doing their own thing. Let's see, what else? What else were we going to talk about? What else were we going to talk about? Here is my... Dude, I keep losing my freaking mouse here. Oh, Starlink was out. Starlink had an outage. Yesterday, I want to say? Let's see. Did you guys see this? Is anybody here using Starlink? I know Hawk has it as like a failover or a secondary circuit. I'm wondering if anybody here uses it either failover, primary, secondary circuit. Is it on your RV? Is it in your, deer cabin out in the woods? I'm interested because I'm thinking about getting it and using it for some videos to set up a load balancing failover secondary circuit using a new TP-Link router that I'm working with. Red Fox Crypto, what is up, man? Thank you for joining the shit show. So Starlink experienced a global service outage yesterday, disrupting internet access for users around the world. The outage began around 12:30 Eastern and lasted roughly 2 hours. While service has since been restored, SpaceX has not yet provided an official explanation for the incident. That's interesting to see. So Pearl Rival says, I use it primary residential. Oh, interesting. Swamp7 says, I have 3 Starlinks for failover at different location. Works good. Awesome. I'm going to have to look into it then. Do you have to sign up for a contract? Like, is it long-term? You have to sign up for a year or 6 months of service? Or can I go month to month? Joker, you want a wingman or going solo tonight? I'm not set up to have anybody call in at the moment, man. Next week, though, yes, go live with me, Joker. Hit me up on Discord. We'll schedule it on like Wednesday or Friday of next week, sometime around this time of night on Wednesday or Friday of next week, and we'll go live together. Yeah. I didn't have a setup tonight. So it's a winner as opposed to outer atmosphere satellite internet. DSL may be a better option. Ooh, you got a point there. I do have RJ22 in this old house. These freaking houses from the 70s have phone jacks like everywhere, even the bathrooms. Who puts it? All right, for all you, I don't know, is there anyone here that was around in the 70s? Why were there phones in the bathroom in the 70s or into the 80s or whatever? Was that like a thing to do? Swamp says, sign up for business service, no contract, static IP, $50 a month. No shit. Fuck yeah. No contract, but the hardware may be $500. Okay. So if I want to, okay, I could probably find it secondhand, maybe. Bacon, eggs, and hash. Okay, you tell me, was it a thing? Was that like the thing to do, is to have phones in your bathrooms? You never know when you needed to call your hairdresser for an emergency. Yeah. My beehive is crumbling, Martha. That was horrible. Oh, geez. So that's wild. That is wild. Oh, here's another one. Here is another one. Dang, y'all were around in the 70s. Yeah. Call AT&T. In my old house, DSL wasn't an option, but heck, I thought you were in Chicago with Max. I am. I'm outside Chicago. I'm probably 30 minutes from Max. But yes, I'm in the Chicagoland-ish area. Somebody's home now. Was for privacy. You have phones in your bathroom for privacy? Oh, I guess. Because it was all corded. There was no cordless. So you couldn't like take it and go in the garage and tell you tea. I'll be selling one of my Starlink setups in a few months if you're interested. First and second gen dishes. Oh, maybe. Yeah, absolutely. Let me look into it a little further and see what it'll take to get one set up here and like what the cost out of pocket and stuff is. And then, yeah, hit me up on Discord, man. I'm sure we can come up with something. Where was I? I was doing a thing. Hold on. Let me do the thing. There's the thing. So the government takes Venmo now. The government takes Venmo if you want to voluntarily pay down their debt that they mismanaged. I'm not trying to get political here, but this is kind of bullshit. Oh, don't worry. If you want to donate to help bring down the national debt that, you know, that's, you pay taxes for, and then if you want to, you know, U.S. national debt currently exceeds $36 trillion, but you can help chip away at it with a Venmo payment. The U.S. Treasury Department is phasing out the use of mobile payment platforms like Venmo and PayPal for Americans receiving. Phasing out the use of, including tax refunds, Social Security, citing this marks a shift back towards direct deposit and prepaid debit cards for distributed government funds. Wait, what? This must have grabbed the wrong information, because it's, the article is talking, I've got a custom GPT where I can just drop a URL in there and it'll give me a TLDR and talking points. Looks like the talking points are wrong. Looks like my chat GPT has some work to do. Interesting. Donors have contributed more than $67 million to the program since September 1998. But when the debt grows to just under $55,000 a second, fuck. Might take more than a Venmo donation to make a significant dent. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah. God, that is incredible. Like, I'm sorry, the fucking audacity of like, oh, just Venmo me a donation for the national debt. What is that going to do? I feel like putting something out there like that hurts more than it helps because people feel obligated or feel like I can make a difference and help, but it's not making a fucking dent. It's not doing anything. So it's, I don't know, it's putting people more in their own financial constraints than helping the nation not be as financially constrained. Whatever happened with freaking Doge? Like, they found all these savings and stuff, but has it been implemented? And has any of it been clawed back or actually redirected towards, paying off our debt? I don't get it. Anyway, ChatGPT has a new model coming out. GPT5 may be coming out in August in a couple of weeks. It's a great time to be alive. Yeah. So OpenAI is reportedly preparing to release GPT-5, its most powerful AI model yet, as early as mid-August 2025. Select enterprise customers are already testing it. Oh, I'm not an enterprise customer? Damn. And sources suggest it'll offer significant improvements in reasoning, reliability, and multimodal capabilities. Interesting. GPT-5 may debut in August 25 with some enterprise partners already using it. Let's see, testing, potential new features. While specifics are sparse, expectations include better tool use and deeper integration of plugins or agents across OpenAI platforms. I don't know, man. I feel like we're starting to see the top of that hype curve when it comes to AI in this format. I mean, every freaking company in the world has AI now. What's that meme? Sell me this pen. It's AI powered. Like, it's just a buzzword now. It's not even, I don't know. That's aggravating to see. Oh, it's faster. Okay. Cool. As long as you don't increase my subscription cost, I'm good. Once you start asking for more money for all this shit, I'm good. I'll go somewhere else, or I'll run it myself. It's turned into a buzzword for sure, Scott. I 100% agree that blockchain, another buzzword. Now I feel like it's becoming more actual use case, blockchain, opposed to just being the new shiny thing. There's that other article I was looking at earlier. Oh yeah, and then there's this. AI powered pen will signature for you. Yes. Yeah. It'll sign the contract that sells your soul to the OpenAI devil. Why not? Let's see. We've got 28 people in here and 13 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Let me see if I can bring this up. So, CD. All right, we got to pay the bills here, guys. Yes, this one here. Maybe let me sign in first. Will it let me sign in? I can probably sign in with Google. Cool, it's going to text me my code now. No, maybe not. Oh, not that. Where's my text? Waiting on an SMS code. No, nothing? I know, guys. You're on the edge of your seat. I'm sure. There it is. All right, and we'll open the other. Do it in a private window. Okay, I gotta do it, guys. We're gonna pay the bills real quick. Well, I got a handful of people in here with me, so bear with me. Today's live stream is sponsored by EMCD, and they've got, they're a mining pool, obviously. They've got a really low mining pool fee, 1.5%, one of the lowest out there. Real human support, 24/7. They do have like an all-encompassing ecosystem, which is pretty cool. Depending on how you feel about leaving tokens on exchanges or on mining pools, you can get a payout that goes directly to staking with like 8% auto staking. So as you get paid out, it automatically goes over to stake for you. 30,000 Bitcoin have been mined with EMCD. That's pretty wild. That is a freaking lot. And they have merge mining. So you can mine Bitcoin and any merge compatible altcoin. Let's see. And they auto optimize for maximum profits. Perfect for squeezing more from your terahashes. I don't have it down there now. I gotta hit them up for a promo code, but I'll tweet out a promo code that'll save you on the monthly fees, on the pool fees for the first month. I think it cuts it in half or something, like somewhere around 1% fee. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, go check them out. I've used them in the past. I do even have an account here. So like, for example, you can mine Bitcoin and the F Bitcoin, whatever it is, not fractional. Maybe it is fractional Bitcoin. And then they've also got script mining, merge mining for Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bells, Dingo, all of those, so that you can get paid out. And I've got a little bit still sitting over. Oh, no. That's per mega hash. So if we're looking at like a D1 mini, it's making 250 a day, merge mining, of course, before the cost of power. And that's at that 1.5% fee. So if you get it down to 1%, you'd make an extra penny a day. But that's nice. That's nice. Anyway, emcd.io. If you're interested, go check them out. All right, there we go. Yes, it does support an L3. And no, they're not just for Dogecoin. They do Doge, they do Lite, they have a Casper pool. And what is CAU? What is a crypto CAU? The F coin. Yeah. Same FPTC. What is that? Okay, now I gotta look. Because it looks like they have I don't know if it's, Kanxium. Oh, that's a shitty looking chart. Let's look at this. So this here is Kanxium, CAU. Apparently a mineable coin, I guess. Because EMCD here shows you can get Casper and Kanxium is that merge mining or is that multi-mining on, that doesn't make sense to me, but okay. I don't know. Does anybody know how that makes sense? How does that make sense? Isn't that the Casper merge mineable coin? Yeah, there they go. They do solo. I don't think EMCD has solo pools. P2P, they got coin hold. Oh, you can do loans on your assets, and it's not available in my country. Okay, so you can't do loans, but I can't do loans, but yeah, I didn't know Casper had a merge mineable coin with it. That's pretty cool. Learn something new every day. Anyway, guys, check them out if you're interested. EMCD.io. Back to the show. Let's see. Oh, did you? Oh my God! Another more Microsoft news. They're full of on a Bitmain. Oh, so it's a layer 2 on Casper, and they merge mine. So you get one a week on a Bitmain KS3 machiner. Oh my God, mining machine. Holy shit. Anyway, yeah, more Microsoft news. So Microsoft got busted recently outsourcing support for GCC high components to China. What the fuck? Are you kidding? But oh, they've stopped since then. Microsoft has stopped using engineers based in China for its U.S. government and military cloud computing projects, specifically within Azure GovCloud. The move is a response to growing security concerns from U.S. lawmakers about potential data access and influence by Chinese governments. The change was quietly made earlier this year as part of an internal restructuring. That should have never been in the first place. Like it would have been bad enough if it was commercial Azure, but Azure GovCloud, that's ridiculous. Especially considering part of the T's and C's of the GCC and GCCH terms are all US based staff. They have to go through a stricter, more difficult background check and ongoing this, that, and the others. And there's more more physical security on-prem at the data centers and things like that. And then come to find out the whole fucking time they were using Chinese engineers for support in Azure government cloud. What the actual fuck? That was actually one of the articles that I posted about last week that helped blow up my LinkedIn this week. It was I can't believe that. That's insane. Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't know that. I really thought that they weren't allowed to do that, but they did because fucking Microsoft. What are you gonna do? Oh, and this is a pretty good one. Let's see. Max says, maybe time to complete my Azure admin cert. Yes, actually, there's a lot of companies that are hiring for Azure admin associates. If you get an AZ 104, you'll get an Azure admin job fairly quickly. And if you take that a step further and do the AZ 305, you'll probably double your salary. There's a large call for Azure workforce right now. That being said, Microsoft did just lay off 9,000 people, so competition's going to be up there. Anyway, Pentagon will open the door to more companies for their next major cloud contract. So the next major cloud computing contract is called Jade C2, the Nimbus project. And they're going to offer this to a broader range of tech companies, not just the big four, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Oracle. And I guess Oracle's the top four in the US, but Alibaba is bigger than Oracle as far as worldwide footprint. This shift aims to accelerate adoption of AI, edge computing, and multi-cloud resilience for joint all-domain command and control, JADC2. initiatives, focusing on speed and innovation across military services. Okay, so this will replace the $9 billion JWCC and will allow more vendors to compete beyond Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Oracle. Interesting. I'm wondering if they would, because there's data centers out there that are not hyperscaler level. I'm wondering if they would distribute that amongst smaller colos opposed to, a CoreWeave, hey, maybe they can run on Flux. The approach reflects a major strategic pivot from cloud mega deals to a more modular, flexible, and competitive procurement model in defense tech. That would be nice to see. I mean, you don't really think they pay $800 for a hammer, $1,000 for a plunger, do you? Let's see. Bacon, eggs, and hash. What are you saying? I watched a good podcast the other day about how we kicked out a bunch of Chinese devs working in the U.S. for the U.S., and they went to China and created DeepSeek brain drain in the U.S. is real. You're right. You're right. In addition to that, so we have people coming in from outside of the country to go to school here and then leaving and going back, to their place of origin or like other countries to do business. So I feel like we've made it difficult to retain the right talent here in the US. So we school them, we help train them, we get them all up to date and, super smart individuals that can run businesses, that can run systems, that can be, very productive to their industry. And then they leave because we either make it too difficult to find jobs or don't pay enough. So there's my soapbox rant. What else? I asked something on Twitter. What does everybody want to talk about? So throw out some topics, guys. Let's see if I got some responses on the Tweetles. Oh. Other than Panda saying, show me the money. How much time do I have to invest in Geek? Getting too old for fabrication. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, this was a fucking fiasco this week. This is going to be really rough going forward for a lot of SMBs, a lot of smaller MSPs, like even larger MSPs, any kind of tech support organization. More Broadcom bullshit. VMware continues to make changes to its partner program. So ever since Broadcom bought VMware, they've just shit on it over and over and over. And now it has ended its traditional partner program and replaced it with an invite-only model that prioritizes the major players. This move has alienated many small partners, like me, prompting migrations to rival platforms like Nutanix and Microsoft. Even then, those Nutanix, so AHV is not that bad. Hyper-V is not a competitor to VMware because there is so much it's missing. vSAN, vMotion, this, that. Like, it just makes running large clusters fucking easy. Anyway, this is rough. So they're eliminating the tiered access and widely available support, which really just benefits their major customers or their enterprise partners and service providers, which means us that buy from VARs and disties and, whoever else resells VMware stuff. It's going to make it more expensive and difficult to get support, renew agreements, stick to SLAs. And basically, what they're doing is they're cutting the dick off the little guy. Many SMBs SMB focused and regional partners have been abruptly excluded, as in like the end of the month. In 5 days, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're just gonna discontinue that. You're no longer a partner." What the fuck? Losing access to tools, rebates, and support. This has caused frustration and disruption to their business models. Imagine that. Techman Ty, welcome to the shit show, my friend. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. Displaced partners are turning to VMware alternatives such as Nutanix, Red Hat, and Azure Stack HCI. So HCI does have a lot of those VMware-esque type services for migrating VMs on live hosts, like vMotion, managing storage levels or storage layers with vSAN. It does have a little bit more broadly used there. So yeah, I take that back. But Hyper-V as an on-prem replacement for ESXi is just not fucking there. They got rid of Hyper-V Core 2019, 2020, something like that. Yeah, big pain in the ass. Let's see. Is nobody here impacted by VMware's change? Anyone? Bueller, who's texting me? Oh, that was fucking EMCD. I'm like, who's texting me? Oh, it was me getting codes. Let's see, what else? What else is going on in the world of tech? What do you guys want to talk about? Anything specific that you wanted to bring up, discuss? Oh, this is a good one. That's right. I didn't talk about this one yet. How much time does the Azure certification take you? We're referring to 6 months, 3 years. If it's 1 month, I'm signing up tonight. Okay. Pearl Rival. Look up the AZ900 and the MS900. Those are like the base of base Microsoft certifications these days. Like they replaced the MTA, which is Microsoft Technical Associate, which was the very entry level cert. But the AZ900 is all fundamental. It'll talk about the different AS platforms, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, what they all mean, things like that. Yeah, VirtualBox is garbage. It is way resource intensive. I love that it's free. I agree with you, Techman Ty. It's nice to have those. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of that. Like if you're using Windows Pro, well, not even Pro. I think Home has it too. Windows has a Windows Sandbox environment, but it's temporary. So if you're spinning up a wallet that you don't give a shit about and you're going to blow it away when you're done, sure, Windows Sandbox is a good way to go about doing it. Or if you want to test the software you downloaded, move it from your primary machine or use Sandbox to download the primary machine. Anyway, I got distracted. Sorry, per rival. Let me bring it up. Go to the Microsoft Learn Center. This here. So Microsoft Learn, learn.microsoft.com. And go, let's see, training. You can do Azure training. From here, let's see, AZ900. So these are going to be, let's see, they have, learning path. Prepare to teach the AZ900. These are AZ400. Oh my gosh, where is... Azure Fundamentals. We don't need no learning. Let's see. Learning path. Azure Monitor, Azure SQL, Fundamentals of Bicep. Anyway, look up the AZ900 as a starting point of learning cloud concepts, right? Once you get it's $100 to take the exam. Once you get the AZ900, see the MS900 is more about modern work and the other Microsoft like 365 platform, where AZ series, AZ104, the AZ900, the AZ305, the AZ140, those are all for Azure specifically. And that can be used in many industries. Really any industry that needs compute in the cloud or in a hybrid, on-prem plus a cloud type of infrastructure. Every spy in Huntsville says they're in IT. Yeah, IT is just information technology. So I'm in IT because I work for a managed service provider that is basically an outsourced IT department for SMBs and enterprise businesses that don't want to pay in-house IT. So that's a great place to learn, is at learn.microsoft.com. And Udemy has good classes on it as well. What's his name? Oh, what is the guy's name? He's on YouTube. Seville? AZ900 training. What is that guy's name? John Saville. He's on YouTube. If you've looked up anything Microsoft training, you've seen this guy. This guy here. Bald head. Does a really good job at explaining it fundamental, so it's not a exam crunch. It's actually learning the concepts. And the 900, the 900 series is fundamental, so you don't have to take labs. And as I understand it, not in the 900 series, the outside of the fundamental series, so essentially like AZ104 and above, in the Learn Platforms exam, Pearson View or whatever, if you're proctoring it, it's open book, essentially. So you can use all of the Microsoft Learn platform to look up the answers. And yes, if you pass the exam, you get a certification with any of the Microsoft certs. There's a lot of certs out there that are free or very low cost. This is one of them, for sure. For low cost, at least. Okay. Day job over. I'm talking about not Microsoft stuff today. Even though I'm the one that keeps bringing it up. I'm sorry. I've tried to freaking show this now like 4 times, and I keep chasing other squirrels. This one might hit a little close to home for some people. Zero knowledge proofs alone are not a digital ID solution to protecting user privacy. Imagine that. While zero knowledge proof or ZK proofs are promising tools for enhancing privacy in digital ID systems, they're not a silver bullet. Without strict safeguards, governance, and minimal data collection, even privacy-preserving technologies like ZKPs can lead to surveillance and misuse. So basically what this comes down to is they're trying to use this as a digital proof of identity while keeping transparent or keeping privacy in mind, right? So if somebody wants to be able to prove they're over 18 or over 21 or whatever on a digital platform, the idea is they can use zero knowledge proofs to prove they are who they say they are. But in order to do that, you have to like dox yourself basically, which brings in the risk of privacy concerns. So ZKPs alone don't prevent abuse. Poorly governed systems can still enable surveillance, which is the underlying tech in the underlying tech is privacy oriented, even if the underlying tech is privacy oriented. Once a digital ID is deployed, Even with privacy features, it can evolve into broader surveillance tools, especially without democratic oversight. Interesting. Policymakers and technologists, or the EFF urges policymakers and technologists to resist the narrative that ZKPs are a complete solution and instead prioritize user agency, decentralization, and data minimization in digital ID design. Heard something about Dogecoin and ZK proofs. Rabbit was talking about it in a recent video, I think. Oh, interesting. I hadn't heard about that. I wonder what's going on with Dogecoin and ZK proofs. What else? What else? What else? That one. Not that one. Not that one. Bring more transactions to Doge. I want those profits. Yeah. Yeah, we all do. I need some. Man, Terra's got some deals on those L7s. I'm super tempted to buy a couple of them. They got so many of them just waiting there to get turned on. I'm very, very tempted to buy a couple. If I could get them at a decent price. What they're selling is at a decent price. I'm a cheap ass though. I would buy a couple of them. Maybe you want to buy back into Dogecoin. That'd be nice. Why did you get out of Dogecoin for some reason? Let's see. Just bought another L7 tonight. Wasn't Terra 2650. Nice. Nice. Yeah, if I can get them at the $1,500 mark, I'll buy like 4. I don't think I'll be able to get them that cheap though. Just because I know they'll pay themselves off in a short amount of time. Let's see. What about this one? Why is ChatGPT crushing Copilot? Sold it all. Bacon, eggs, and hash. Why did you sell all your Doge? That's blasphemous, my friend. You're not supposed to do that. S21s, L7s, and L9s are in my crosshairs. Yeah, S21s... You know, if you want to mine native Bitcoin, that's the way to go. What about this guy? Let's look at this one here. Bear run will come soon enough. Almost August. Yeah, we fucking need it, man. So Copilot is struggling to compete with ChatGPT due to inferior user experience, lukewarm adoption, and reliance on being tied to Microsoft apps, making ChatGPT the preferred choice for many users despite identical AI foundations. I totally understand and appreciate that. Not wanting to be tied to Microsoft, especially even... So this is most likely talking about just general Microsoft Copilot and not Copilot for M365, which is supposed to keep data private within the tenant and data residency stays put. So essentially your LLM interacts with the data where it is and isn't pulled and then processed and pushed. But you're still like tied to Microsoft, and it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes. Copilot uses the same OpenAI based language models as ChatGPT, but doesn't stand out, especially since many competitors like Meta and Anthropic and Google are developing their own custom models. ChatGPT enjoys vastly higher user downloads and stronger mobile traction. Users report finding ChatGPT more enjoyable and intuitive, while Copilot feels more transactional or robotic. That's a really good way to put it. I would have to agree with that 100%. It definitely feels less personal, I guess. Did our music stop? No, it's just a low point. Okay. Anyway, cool. There hadn't been much movement since the start of the stream. I don't have that power to move the move the needle like DJ does when he starts streaming, man. Everything just freaking climbs. I tell you what. ETH at 3,700. Who's still got ETH here? I had to sell all mine. Well, I didn't have to, but I sold all mine way back when I was still in Georgia. I think when it hit like $2,000 or right around that $2,000 price point when it was when that was its all-time high. And we didn't mine it anymore, so I didn't keep mining it. I just sold it all. Just Scream? Is that what it takes? DJ's got ETH. Nice. Was it all mined or did you buy some of it? What about XRP? I had some XRP. I had about like 2,500 XRP that I got for like 50 cents. And I sold it at $2 or a little over $2 earlier this year. So I made out pretty good there. I mean, it wasn't a fortune, but it moved the needle enough. And I think I ended up, I don't know what I did with that money. If anything, I put it in Bitcoin. Oh, that's right. That's right. You got hacked. Gotcha. Yeah. I forgot about that, man. That's right. B&B, man. If I would have known, like, where are we at? Back here in 2020, even when B&B was at a couple $100, like I thought this was really high for that token. But even like, where are we at? Where was the 2020 crash? There was a 2020 crash. Yeah, where it got down to like $8. Yeah, $10 for B&B. Can you imagine just buying a bunch of it then? Like hodling proof of stake because the extra fee dividends. But I prefer Solana. Yeah, I do too. I think I've got a little bit of BNB somewhere. Maybe on a ledger? Man, I should probably check that. Last weekend, I started moving all of the shitcoins off of, or respinning up and confirming that my shitcoins are still there and all of the freaking core wallets I have laying around here and on VMs and stuff. Just to get ready. Because like, price started going up. Shit started moving. I'm like, all right, cool. Cool, we got a bull run right around the corner. Freaking altcoin season's coming. It's gonna be nice. I got all my old ASICs dusted off. Got nice pictures. Getting ready to put them up on eBay and stuff. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to start DCAing out and make some freaking money. Well, that's weird. So the DJ's last comment doesn't pop up over here on the stream, but it does over here. So Solana pays 6 to 7%, which is insane, plus price appreciation on top. My problem with Solana staking, no matter where you stake it, it takes like a month or something, or like 2 weeks to unstake. Just like Cosmos. Like Cosmos pays like 15%, but it takes forever to unstake it. And no, Max, I paid 12.9 this month. Thank you. And I haven't done anything else to my power bill. It just came in at 12.9. Last month it was 13.3, but this month it's 12.9. Core wallets, fun times. Yes, freaking core wallets. Tell you what, kind of a pain. Did it with my Casper. The old wire wallet expired. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's not a rushed sell. Bought my first BNB at $8 for trading back in 2018. Still got one. Nice. Nice, Jason. Very nice. There are a lot of pros and cons with proof of stake. I agree. And that's difficult to say from a miner, perspective. But at the same time, I mean, I think Son of a Tech said it really well once on one of his streams, where it's like, we all have our place in the ecosystem. Miners are mining. Like, we're pushing the blockchain along. We're selling to cover our costs and make money. That's our place in the ecosystem, right? I that resonated with me. I get that. But yeah, proof of stake has its place in all of the ecosystems, most of the ecosystems. I'm glad that Flux is doing something different. I think that's really cool of them. It kind of sucks that they're taking the mining aspect away from it, and it's more of an earning aspect instead of directly mining it. But I mean, that helps to push more GPU usage for actual use and not just burning power for a blockchain. But yeah. Let's see. Sui's fairly new. It came out like last year, didn't it? What was the all-time? So yeah, it came out, in 23. So it's a few years old. I think I bought some Sui not long ago or traded for it. I don't remember. It's on Tangem. Sure, it was that dude he blocks people he doesn't agree with. I mean, to each their own. I was pretty sure it was him on a live stream. I heard him say that once. Which I get it. I mean, that makes sense. H-bar. I'm pretty sure I bought some H-bar. Kraken Solana is 3 to 10% and can get it back in 3 days. That's not bad. If I were to stake Solana, I would want to do it on Tangem because it's self-custody. Besides Bitcoin, POS has most volume now. You're right. You are absolutely right. Ever since ETH went proof of stake, just because the majority of DeFi ran on ETH at that time. It was just as transactional, and it was a proof of work coin. So yeah, POS has most of the volume now. It makes sense. I mean, I guess it took a while to catch on that you don't need the proof of work consensus to push a blockchain along. I don't know. I think a lot of that is to each their own, I guess. Litecoin is $113. Man, I need this to hit $400 this year too. I need some I need that right there. Nope, this right there. 380. I fucking need that. Just gimme. I have a lot of Litecoin that I need to get rid of. Tangem is 3 days at 6.6. Yeah, and I think that's part of my problem. Is like it takes so long to stake, it takes so long to unstake. Even though I'm most likely not gonna be like, oh shit, I need my Solana now. I'll need it long enough, or I'll know far enough in the future that like, okay, I can unstake this and I'll get it in a week. But it's just kind of the principle of the thing, I guess, that like I just can't. And staking on somebody else's platform rubs me the wrong way. Like I like the Tangem staking because it's still in my wallet. Ledger Live did that too on a couple of coins. There was another one, Exodus, I think, did staking within its platform, especially for Cosmos, for Atom. That I liked. I participated in. I can't see proof of work resurgence coming in the future besides the existing projects. Timmy's could care less about decentralization. You're not wrong, DJ. That's a really good point. And just because it's proof of work doesn't necessarily make it decentralized right off the bat. I mean, let's look at this. You don't have to stake, but if you want free money, the company also needs benefits from a 2 lockup period. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's look at this. So Bitcoin. 1, 2, 3, 4. The top Well, that's a new one. Spider Pool has now broken past Binance to be the 5th largest by hash rate of mining pools on Bitcoin. So Foundry, Ant Pool, via BTC, F2 Pool, and Spider Pool, it used to be Binance, but now it's Spider Pool, hold 70% plus of the Bitcoin hash rate. That's not decentralized. It's not. It's just not. Ledger through Daedalus is a good one for staking Cardano. Bear market, I'll probably find something to replace my L3s. I finally turned off this summer. Man, those L3s were beasts. They just ran forever, and they stayed profitable for the most part too. For a very long time at least. And my chat isn't going anywhere over here on the studio. Let me refresh that and see. Oh, now it popped up. YouTube. But yeah, so DJ, you got a perfect example, and to your point here, Bitcoin, the number one crypto, the OG, is not decentralized. I mean, there's 5 pools that control over 70% of the network hash rate. Yeah, fucking sucks. So any of these other shit coins out here aren't going to stand a chance either. Oh, what the fuck is Spider Pool? I've never heard of it. Has anybody heard of this before? Spider Pool? They've got 3 crypto pools: Bitcoin, ETH, and Script. Huh. Watcher mode. Oh, that's if you put your wallet address in there. Spider Pool app. I choose Spider Pool. I don't know. I've never heard of them. DG1 ohm is a nice L3 replacement. Yeah. Yeah, and they just tweeted they've got a discount, or they got them on sale, the DG1s. I think they're on sale for like 1,600, 1,700, something like that. Tens, the ideological GPU coin, market cap can go from 5,000 to 5 million. Tens. I don't know what that is. Is that what that is? Tensor? Tensura? Tensor? Yeah, nope, no clue. I mean, I guess any crypto could, small cap like that could bump from 5,000 to 5 million, if enough people buy into it, sure. To each their own, I guess. Froggy, oh, Jesus. I'm going to give it about 10 more minutes, guys, and then we're going to wrap it up for this Friday night stream. Holy shit. Anybody got questions or anything they want to discuss? Yeah, it's about that time to get up out of here. We are going to... How do I not have... Hold on. Things have like a tamper resistant top to them. Cut that bitch off. Cut that bitch off. Not lose a finger. I fucking hope. Didn't mean to do that. And now it's going fucking everywhere. Lovely. Nice. Always wrap it up, unless you want baby goats. You don't need... No, there's no more baby goats for me. The last one came out, and I was like... 10 fingers, 10 toes. Hey, Doc, let's take care of this. No more from me. I'm donezo. Dunzo with the little goats. It's a fucking goat. Yeah, man. His couch pulls out, but he don't. That's for sure. Ladies, you already know. Snip, snip. Hell yeah. This is the best $20 I ever spent. Get a freaking handful of Valium and a bottle full of Vicodin and a week off work and no more babies. Fucking cool with me. Let's see. There was another one that was up here that I didn't get. BitGet token, no. Kronos, I got a bunch of those. Near protocol, okay. ETCs, $22. It's about where it's been for the last fucking year, it seems like. Yeah. Between 15 and $35 over the last year for ETH Classic. How do you guys feel about ETC, ETH Classic? Is it worth buying? I think right now, actually, let's look at mining now. The X16Q. This guy at, let's look at 13 cents. It makes 25 cents a day of Ethereum. How about ETCMC? Yeah. You know, I never got into those. I wasn't in the cool kids club and in the know. Actually, I was. I got told about that fairly early when some of the guys were doing those, and I was not going to pay a license fee to run a node. That's all. So we still have some old Intel Atom Mini ITX boards that only support 2 gigs RAM. Any neat ideas? I was thinking maybe a NAS or maybe a node. You could do both of those. Really, I mean, it could make a good storage unit, like a data storage, right? A NAS or whatever. Or you could run a node. I mean, 2 gigs of what? DDR4, DDR3, LPDDR4. If they're Intel Atom, they're probably DDR4. Yeah, you can depend. So the ITX boards, okay. Yeah, if they've got SATA ports on them, you can use them for long-term storage. They have some really cool cases for these ITX, because I'm looking at getting a mini ITX board with CPU like combo all built in. Trying to find some cool ones on eBay that I can get for like stupid cheap. I saw one that has Intel Confidential, so they were engineering sample CPUs that I was like, fuck yeah, I want those. Probably DDR2. Those are old. Okay, so TechManTai, here's what you need to do then. Find your nearest shooting range and put them out of their misery. That's what you need to do. Excellent target practice. In fact, if you've got some old hard drives that you need to recycle, that's a great way to do data destruction. In fact, the DoD standard to destroy hard drives is to drill 3 holes through the hard drive platter. So whether it comes from a drill bit or a 30-06 shell, I think it's one and the same. You know, as long as you got 3 holes in it, you're good. Then you can send it off for scrap metal. What was I doing? I was doing a thing. Oh, that's right. Two Guys Tech was doing this the other night. They were looking at different NAS or mini ITX cases, and there was a really cool 3D printed case that Aragorn Strider actually was in the live stream as well and showed off that I think the guys are going to 3D print. Let's see if we can find that one. There were a couple of pretty cool ones out there. I like this because I've got a 19-inch rack. You can put 2 mini ITX boards in one 19-inch rack case. That's freaking cool. What else here? I've always wanted to do this too, and just explode a PC on the wall. Best woman advice ever. Thanks, Tech Man. Appreciate that. Where is the? Let's put in 3D printed. This one. This is fucking cool. So it is a 3D printed stackable NAS case. Where's the link to it? Here we are. And it's on printables. So look at that. It's modular. Like, that's so cool. And there's a spot for an LCD on the side. And the fans, it's got these like tray slots to put 120 mil fans so that you can get airflow from the full thing. So we've got like the case on top, which looks like, yeah, this here. So the case itself, to hold your motherboard, your drives, your power supply, your heat sink, all that stuff. And then another module that holds drives. That's freaking cool. It's like the gold shell bite. Oh my God, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love that. I think this is great. And there's room for a GPU. Like, that's impressive to me, dude. I really love that. It's just such a cool concept. And it's got 5 drive bays on the bottom. So you'd still have to get like a back plane board, you know, so that you can tie these into the motherboard itself. Probably go over something like Thunderbolt. Is that? Okay, hold on. Is that the GPU? Oh, it's not showing my thing on screen. Where did it go? Right there. Oh, come on. What the fuck? There. This. Is that where the GPU goes? It's only got a mini bracket size, not a full size. I don't know, but that's a really cool looking model. I really like that. No, I don't want to say that. Anyway, that was really cool. And they had some other cool NAS boxes. Let's see. A multi-modular frame for what looks like thin clients. That would be interesting. So you could almost make your own blade server with something like that out of mini PCs or thin clients, where each of them is their own compute, and do something that. Let's see. I'll drop a link. Here we go. So you could do something like a Beowulf cluster where you've, or even orchestration through Kubernetes for the different compute modules. Depending on the machines, you could use Exo Labs for distributed AI inferencing. That might be cool with like mini PCs that have NPUs built in for tops. That's a cool design. That's not. Is that 3D printed too? It is. Okay, that's pretty freaking cool. Dual ITX system printed entirely out of matte black PLA. Oh, PLA! Come on, that thing's just gonna fall apart in no time. It doesn't talk about what compute's in there though. It does look cool. Give them that. It definitely looks cool. Those have got to be some type of industry compute machines. Yeah, that's like a digital signage box or a general use machine, especially with an RS-232 port on the back. But I mean, that's a cool concept. You could redesign that for mini PCs. Interesting. What other 3D printed cases are there? Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, that's just a bench, test bench. It's a nice one. I think the problem I'm going to have is I have one CR10 and the rest of my 3D printers are Ender 3s. And I can only print so much at a time. Like I've got 12 Ender 3s, but I can't print that big of a product on an Ender 3. It would either have to be done in sections, which looks weird and doesn't assemble very well most of the time, or I'd have to wait and do it all on the CR10 over and over and over and stuff. Maybe I should, I don't know. Christmas time is really good for 3D printing. I'll probably make, I mean, the year of the pandemic, or the year after the pandemic, 2021, I did 100 grand 3D printing in sales, or just under. And ever since then, it's gone downhill because 3D printers have got cheap and available, and anybody and everybody just prints their own things now. Like I've got some custom designs that are on my Etsy store that I still sell, but I'm not promoting it anymore. I'm not really pushing it. Come Christmas time, I might come up with some new models and put it out there. But for the most part, like when I got one printing now, when I make a sale, I hit print. And that was really the whole point. But man, it was so much work for one person. And I didn't have help. And when it came time, kind of giving away, I've been meaning to make a video about this, but when it came time to really expand that business, instead of scaling up, I scaled up when I should have scaled out. So when it was like, all right, this is a real thing, I can invest a bunch of time and money into this and make this a full-time gig or a really good side gig. And instead of getting help, getting a business partner, I invested in more infrastructure that I ran alone. That's where my downfall came from. But yeah, I've still got 12 3D printers that I can spin up at any time. The most I had at once, I think, was 25. Well, 26, because I had the CR10 as well. But they were all Ender 3s, so I could just buy a part and use them on any of the machines I needed. I could buy parts in bulk. I could buy material in bulk. And just, when something breaks, I can fix it from the bin instead of like the Ender 3 bin and the Bamboo Lab bin and the Elagoop bin or whatever. I don't know. Well, yes and no. I rescue data. I think I agree to disagree there, because people that are like, I almost exclusively sell on Etsy now. I did sell on eBay. I did sell on Amazon. I have my own .com as well, which I should probably turn off if I'm not monitoring it. But printers got really cheap, and the printing services were there, but it becomes a race to the bottom, like on all of those other platforms. Plus, the type of custom models that I make, maybe I can bring it up and show you. The custom 3D printed models that I make, Etsy or eBay doesn't like. This is my Etsy store, and these right here, Etsy or eBay took down. I've had my eBay account since like 2002, and every time I would put this up, they would hit me and say, no, you can't sell guns. And I'm like, it's not a fucking gun. It's the stand. Look, it's the stand. That's all it is. And they didn't give a shit. So so I said, fuck them. And I went completely to Etsy, because they hate freedom. That's all it comes down to. Same with these. Like, this was a really hot model for a long time. Hangs on the wall, you know, and you put your so you put your Rudy Tooty point and shooty right there, and then you can put your mags. See, I had to blank out the tops. I had green tips in there, and you know, I kept getting flagged like, you can't have those on eBay. So I'm like, fuck you, I'll blur them out. And I got away with it for a long time. But yeah, so you can see you'd have, that way it's all in one place. It's sitting right there on the wall. You can grab your Rudy Tooty with one hand, you know, rack it, and then grab another clip, put it in your back pocket, go handle your business. But anyway, so because I make and sell those things, I'm kind of limited on where I can sell it. And anyway, that, yeah, so 3D printing was fun while it lasted. And I keep telling myself I need to get into laser engraving. I've got a fiber laser, Omtech fiber laser. Let me show you. This thing is fucking titties, dude. Which one do I have? I have the Galvo 20, I believe, but it's not black. This must be a new model. I think it's this one, but I've got it in 21. Yeah. Yep, this guy right here. And it's fantastic for what it is. In fact, I want to learn to engrave Glock slides. Let me see if I can find a video. Dude, fucking, I love this. Let's find a good one. Let's find a good one. This one's good, but it's going to be loud. So let me mute the tab. And yeah. So essentially like that, but I want to create my own custom design on it and be able to, you know, engrave and mark on firearm parts. You can buy Glock blanks or slide blanks on eBay, or there's other, you know, distributors that sell like knockoff Glock slides to practice on, so that I'm not going to screw up my guns. I'm not going to screw up customers' guns or friends' guns or anything, but I can create my own custom designs, put them in Lightburn, and then just blast it. But it takes a lot of very detailed and intricate settings, especially to engrave deep. Like, you can do surface marking fucking easy. But engraving it deep so that it actually stands out like that, and like you can feel the grooves on it like traditional engraving. That's so cool. I love that. I really love that. It does create a lot of heat, Frogman. Yeah. I mean, it's a laser that's it's gonna heat up the metal for sure. I practice on some butcher knives and like giant blades that I got at Goodwill for stupid cheap, and just put cool designs on them. But like this, like, so he engraved the side of the slide, right? Now he's engraving the corner, the edge. Like, that is meticulous. I love that. And it's almost making it look like a welding bead, you know? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I strive to do, because I mean, you can sell those for $300 a pop all day on eBay. And if you get really good at it and you're able to do it right the first time, because that's kind of important, and you get like gold-dipped Glock slides or 1911, frames, whatever it is, you could really make some good money with, I want to say very little time invested, but all the time is invested on the front end learning the process. Kind of like 3D printing. It took me a long time to learn how to design and create 3D models using Fusion 360 or Blender or even Tinkercad, right? It just takes time and practice of learning to make the thing. Same kind of thing. So all the time is spent up front, but then when somebody's like, hey, can you make a custom slide for me? Sure, $500. They send it, you put it on, you hit print, and it's done. It would probably take an hour all around to fully engrave a slide like that, on all sides. That one side probably had 20 passes, maybe more. I can't really tell how deep that's engraved. But each of those passes takes 15 seconds. So it's not hard to do the engraving. It's not time consuming. Time consuming part is learning how to do it right, and setting up the tooling in the system. Just going to slide into those DM. Yeah, right? I think it's awesome. And I really need to buckle down and focus on it more to learn, to teach myself how to do that shit. Because I think, especially, I'm fucking 42 years old now, man. I do not want to work another 25 years to retirement. I just don't want to do it. I want to be able to make enough money that pays all the bills. Like, crypto's going to pump. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to pay off this house or sell this house, use some of that money and the crypto money to buy another house completely paid. No mortgage, just paying utilities. Then, who fucking cares? I can do shit like this and shit like 3D printing and laser engraving and fucking CNC machining or OnlyFans feet pics. Who fucking cares? I don't need a full-time job then, because the majority of the bills have already been paid. I don't want to wait until I'm 65 to buy a fucking sports car and enjoy life and enjoy the money that I've been saving up. 401ks are bullshit, by the way. Sorry. I overreacted. And on that note, I guess I'm going to get out of here, guys. It has been almost 2 hours. That's cool. Thank you guys for hanging out. We got 26 viewers still. Smash that like on the way out if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, all the things. Go check out, I posted a video this morning. Top essential, what was it? Essential home lab gear under $100, or essential home lab gear for beginners under $100, something like that. Anyway, I went through and found a bunch of like Amazon links. It would be great if you use my Amazon link, but you can always find deals on eBay and Facebook Marketplace, especially with like older gear, old servers. Don't buy servers on Amazon. Don't do it. They're stupid, overly priced. You can get really good servers for really cheap on eBay. Facebook Marketplace is a good place to go. Hell, I bought all those precision workstations for like $50 a pop from somebody down the road on Marketplace. Great deals out there, guys. Check them out. If you're interested in home labbing or learning about, managing IT infrastructure and just being, geek nerd shit like we love, check it out. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, and I will see you guys on the next one.
strawberries.